सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महावदन्नाय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतिशे नमः हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु एवरीबॉडी दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिकानंद राधा कांत नमस्ते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुते देवी प्रणमामि नीलाचल निवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्र सुभद्राभ्यां जगन्नाथाय ते नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कं करोति वाचालं करोमि हरे गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दिनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यं Hare Krishna. So today we are going to discuss one of the item of 20 item of knowledge. So in our previous class we have discussed two items. What are the two items? Ashish will say. We have discussed 20 items of knowledge in Bhagavad Gita chapter 13 text 8 to 12. What are the two items we have discussed, I think 1 or 2 weeks before? What are they? टॉपिक ही याद नहीं है तो मैसेज क्या याद रहेगा? नोट्स ढूंढ रहे हैं. Yes, Akshay.
Primary knowledge and steadiness. Steadiness.
Steadiness and
Primary knowledge.
steadiness and determination. Sthiryam, self-control and determination. We have discussed. Self-control and determination. Sthiryam atmavigrahyam. अमानित्यम अधम्भित्यम अहिंसा शांति आर्जवम आचार्य उपासनम शौचम स्थैर्यम आत्म विनिग्रहम. स्थैर्य means स्थैर्य means steadfastness and atma vinigraha means self control. So sthairya means determination, steadfast determination, and atma vinigraha means self control. So very inspiring. तो बार-बार पढ़ना चाहिए. Steadiness means that one should be very determined to make progress in spiritual life. Without such determination, one cannot make tangible progress. And self-control means one should not accept anything which is detrimental to the path of spiritual progress. One should become accustomed to this and reject anything which is against the path of spiritual progress. The senses are so strong that they are always anxious to have sense gratification. One should not cater to these demands which are not necessary. The senses should only be gratified to keep the body fit so that one can discharge his duty in advancing in spiritual life. self-control means whatever favorable for spiritual path, accepting that. And what is not favorable, rejecting that. Anukullasa sankalpa, pratikullasa varjana. So today we will discuss about ahimsa. Amanittam adhambittam ahimsa santirarjavam. Ahimsa. What is ahimsa? So ahimsa is one of the item of knowledge. So that means somebody is doing himsa, he is in ignorance. Somebody is doing himsa, he is in ignorance. Now we have seen, we have heard ahimsa andolan of Mahatma Gandhi. Now we see what is ahimsa Krishna is speaking. Okay. So ahimsa means non-violence. So non-violence is generally taken to mean not killing or destroying the body. But actually, non-violence means not to put others into distress. Non-violence means not to put others into distress. People in general are trapped by ignorance in the material concept of life, and they perpetually suffer material pains. So unless one elevates people in spiritual knowledge, one is practicing violence. Hare Krishna. I repeat, unless one elevates people to the spiritual knowledge, one is practicing violence. One should try his best to distribute real knowledge to the people so that they may become enlightened and leave the material entanglement. This is non-violence. Very inspiring, very important. So people are suffering in this material world because of ignorance or bodily concept of life. What is ignorance? Bodily concept of life. Thinking oneself as body. This body belongs to India and I am Indian. Somebody is born in America is thinking I am America. So, and there is many things connected with the body. So our family, our caste, our color, our profession. Like when you will get job, the company will give you a special identity card. Such and such company. And people are proud of, I am belongs to this company. Cognizant, IBM, Wipro, Accenture, TCS. And people consider themselves as a servant of that company. Correct? So neither the servants are on the mood of service, nor the master or the company owner is in the mood of service or taking care. Everybody is in the mood of sense gratification. So thus there is a different degree of ignorance, and people live their whole life in ignorance, thinking that I am body and uh, uh, and I am Indian, I am American, I am Hindu, I am Muslim, I am engineer, I am doctor, I belongs to this company, uh, and thus whole life they serve ignorance, and thus they remain entangled in this material world. So Prabhupada one time, like you know already the story of Kailas, how he was attached because of his ignorance. One time Prabhupada was going and there was a big building, and beside the building there was a big tree. And the tree was like almost like entering into the building. And Prabhupada asked that, you know who is the person, means this tree was the tree in his previous life. What Prabhupada says? He was the owner of the building in his previous life. This building ka malik tha wo. Because he was too much in ignorance, attached. In the next life became a tree, not able to leave the home. So this is the result of ignorance. This is the result of false attachment. So the point is that people are suffering in this world because of bodily concept of life. We are suffering in this world because of bodily concept of life, because of ignorance. So now now what is non-violence? When we help people to elevate to knowledge and come out from the ignorance, that is called non-violence. So after having this spiritual knowledge, understanding the goal of life, if we are not distributing this knowledge to others, those who are suffering in ignorance, that means we are doing violence. People in general trapped in ignorance in the material concept of life, and they are perpetually suffer material pains. So unless one elevate people to the spiritual knowledge, one is practicing violence. So India, especially the Indians, they have this spiritual knowledge by birth. They're very fortunate. Bharat bhumito hoilo manusya janma jar. Janma sarthak kori karo parupakar. So those who are born in this divine land of Bharat Varsha, they're very fortunate because by birth they have opportunity to get this knowledge. And making their life successful. Now if they are not distributing this knowledge to others, they are simply doing violence. The whole world, they are doing sense gratification and ignorance, and they are suffering. So Prabhupada asks that why people are suffering. Devotees have many reasons. Oh, because of they are in Maya, because they are not interested in spiritual life. Prabhupada says no. People are suffering because the Vaishnavas are not distributing spiritual knowledge. Lok dukhi Vaishnavir kripar abhave. People are suffering because Vaishnavas, they have stopped preaching. They have stopped distributing the knowledge of Krishna consciousness. We are distributing so many things. Indians are following Western culture. So one of the most important responsibility of every human being, especially the Indians, to distribute this message. Distributing this message of Bhagavad Gita, which is the solution of all problems, answer of all questions, confusion, doubts, problems, suffering. So unless one elevates people to the spiritual knowledge, one is practicing violence. One should try his best to distribute the real knowledge to the people so that they become enlightened and leave the material entanglement. That is not violence. So Srila Prabhupada invited Mahatma Gandhi, please come and join this movement. Now India become independent. Now you can join. So you used to read Bhagavad Gita. You read Bhagavad Gita. Now India became independent. Now at least you can join and distribute this message of Bhagavad Gita. That will be the great service to India. And if you do not do this, you can read Prabhupada later to Mahatma Gandhi. If you do not do this, then same people will be the cause of your destruction. Same people will become the cause of your death. Prabhupada directly wrote. So Mahatma Gandhi, he inaugurated this क्या कहते हैं इसको non-violence movement. But actually he was doing, in one sense he was doing violence. So he did not join, even after reading Bhagavad Gita, he did not join Hare Krishna movement, or he did not distribute the message of Bhagavad Gita. And what was the result? What happened? What happened?
His own servant killed him.
The same Indian people only killed him. That is the end of such a great leader of India. So much people glorify. And what is the end of his life? So many political leaders doing so many so-called services, but what is the result of their life? They are killed by others, political leaders, or they are inside the jail. So unless we understand our connection with the Supreme Lord, our Supreme Lord, He is the Master, He is the owner of everything, and we serve Him and we help others to serve the Supreme Lord, then everything is ignorance. It's not at all a service. इतनी जन सेवा, ये सेवा, वो सेवा करते हैं लोग. तो so in the similar way, if we do not distribute the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, if we remain attached to our family, our property, our money, our degree, then what will be the result? The result will be destroyed. Our ignorance or attachment will destroy us. Many times parents, they do not give Krishna consciousness to their children. And the children, future only, they make parents suffer. They are very attached, fearful. Oh, what will happen if my son becomes devotee, becomes sadhu? Sometimes the students or the devotees, student devotees, they don't give Krishna consciousness to their parents. Very much fearful. Okay, शुरू में नहीं दीजिए, ठीक है. धीरे धीरे आपको भक्ति में फिर आगे बढ़ते हैं, धीरे धीरे पेरेंट्स को भक्ति में लाना चाहिए। तो नहीं तो भविष्य में आपको स्पिरिचुअल लाइफ में आगे बढ़ना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाएगा। या यू आर प्रैक्टिसिंग हिंसा। अगर आप अपने पेरेंट्स को कृष्ण कॉन्शियसनेस नहीं दे रहे, या पेरेंट्स अपने बच्चे को कृष्ण कॉन्शियसनेस नहीं दे रहे, डूइंग हिंसा। Hiranyakashipu was beating, torturing Prahlad because he was devotee. The himsa. So the real non-violence is that when we distribute this knowledge to others and elevate people, because people are suffering. And real non-violence is that help people not to suffer. And how we can help them? Distributing this divine knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Sometimes people think that the non-violence means लोगों को रोटी कपड़ा मकान देना ही non-violence, दुखियों के दया करना वो non-violence है। लेकिन आप लोगों को कितना भी भौतिक तरीके से मदद करो, लोग जन्म मृत्यु के चक्र से जो इस भौतिक जगत में दुख भोग रहे हैं, उससे क्या मुक्त हो पाएंगे? तो इसलिए असली दया, रियल compassion and non-violence is elevating them from material concept of life, bodily concept of life to Krishna consciousness, spiritual consciousness. Then they will go back to Godhead, or even in this material world they will be happy. In the Vedic age, the student they used to study under the guidance of Guru and used to serve in the ashram. And every day they used to go out for two things, for begging alms and giving the knowledge to others. The purpose of going out for begging was not just bringing the food grain, but actually to giving knowledge to others. So it is said that how can a disciple can pay back, can pay back the debt of Guru. गुरु से जब हम शिक्षा प्राप्त करते हैं तो गुरु के प्रति हमारा ऋण रहता है। तो गुरु का ऋण शिष्य कैसे चुका सकता है? एक्चुअली गुरु का ऋण शिष्य कभी चुका नहीं सकता। बट he can try to pay back by distributing the knowledge to others. Distributing the knowledge which you have received in the disciplic succession from spiritual master, by distributing that knowledge to others. That is the duty of a Vidyarthi. So this is, we are discussing about Vidya, 20 items of knowledge. Vidya and Avidya. The Isha Upanishad we are going to start from upcoming Saturdays. So there is two paths. One is path of Vidya and path of Avidya. So path of Avidya is the path of bondage, and path of Vidya is the path of liberation. ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए। So we are acquiring material knowledge from school, college, universities. But all this knowledge is just meant for earning money, earning our livelihood. And the money is for ahar, nidra, bhay, maithun. So that is actually one sense that is a path of bondage, and it will continue. So therefore, it's very important that we acquire spiritual knowledge. Along with our academic study, we should acquire, we should learn, we should study the spiritual books, Bhagavad Gita. That is the path of liberation. So then you are actually a real Vidyarthi. That then we have Vidya. First of all, you have to understand what is Vidya. So, and the duty of the student is to distribute that Vidya to others. And thus he can try to repay the debt of the spiritual master. That is a qualification of an ideal student. So therefore the Vedic age, there was a practice, there was a culture that every day the disciple will go out, the student, they will go out and they will distribute this knowledge. So therefore it is very important for all of us, those who have come in contact with the Supreme Lord Krishna and his devotees, like Srila Prabhupada, who have distributed knowledge all over the world. It's our duty to distribute this knowledge to others, at least according to our capacity. प्रभुपाद जी ने इतना किया है पूरे विश्व भर में, तो हम लोग को एटलीस्ट हमारे एरिया में तो करना चाहिए. At least we should try to give this knowledge to the student of this college, and thus we can try to repay something, little bit, which Srila Prabhupada have given to us, Lord Chaitanya has given to us, and thus we can offer our gratitude. We can offer our gratitude. तो भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर used to say that प्राण अच्छे जार से हेतु प्रचार. The person who have life should preach. So Guru Maharaj was saying when Guru Maharaj had stroke, so he was after stroke. After 3 months only he came out. He came out and for the program. So he wanted to go out for preaching. But the doctor was not allowing. Devotees were not allowing him. And then his pressure became very high. So there was a program in Pune where 5,000 devotees are going to come. So Guru Maharaj wanted to, actually Radhanath Maharaj invited Guru Maharaj that you can come. So then Guru Maharaj, just he was joking, and Guru Maharaj said, yes, I want to come. And then devotees are saying, okay. Then they become a little surprised how Maharaj will come in such a condition. He was actually in hospital. So then devotees were saying that Guru Maharaj, you should not go in such condition. Guru Maharaj said, now I have to go. I have to meet the devotees. So then doctor was not allowing Guru Maharaj was pushing the doctor and pushing the devotees that I am to come, I am to go. So, because the doctor was not giving permission, so his pressure was increasing. So then Radhanath Maharaj went to the doctor and then he asked that can he come? Then the doctor said that I think he should go because his pleasure is in preaching. His pleasure is being in the devotee association. So for him, if he do not go, then it is like a torture. So he will be happy, he will be good if he go out and preach. So the doctor gave permission, and as soon as doctor gave permission, his pressure went down. Normal हो गया. And then devotee arranged like ambulance, everything arranged. Ambulance में सब कुछ ready कर दिया गया, कुछ भी हो जाए. And then he went from Bombay to Pune. So, so from that time, like after stroke, when he have only 0.3% chance to survive, and he survived, and from 3 months he started preaching, traveling non-stop, and still going on after 15 years also. 2008 Guru Maharaj have stroke. Now it is 2003. So one time he was in one airport, I think in Russia maybe, and some devotees met him, and then the devotee said, Maharaj, you are in such condition and you are traveling. And Guru Maharaj says that I am an army. I am Lord's army. I am Srila Prabhupada army. I just got some wound. But I have not left the battlefield. I got just some wound. Just like in the war, the soldiers, they got some wound, and then they go to their tent and then take some medicine and then come back. So the most important thing is the attitude, the spirit of fighting. If that spirit of fighting is lost, then that soldier is dead. That soldier is dead. Similarly, devotee should have the spirit of going out and giving Krishna consciousness. Devotee should have spirit of preaching Krishna consciousness, that fire of preaching. And that is life. That is life. One time, like Guru Maharaj was giving, like he went from Calcutta for some treatment to Delhi, and he was very sick. So he was taken to Delhi, and he went to Delhi. So he wanted to visit the temple, and when he was visiting the temple, evening, like many devotees came, the class was arranged, and the Mahaprabhu said that Guru Maharaj, you are going there, you will not give any class. You'll go and take darshan and go back to your room. You will not give any class. Then he was okay. Then you went to take darshan, and then all devotees were sitting, they are doing kirtan, they are waiting when Guru Maharaj will come and will speak. So they are all enthusiastic when Maharaj will come and he will give class and he will hear. And then Then Mahaprabhu says, Guru Maharaj, no class. So then Guru Maharaj took darshan and then he spoke some of the servants. Then asked Mahaprabhu, can I give class for 10 minutes? I will speak only 10 minutes. So please ask him that if I speak for 10 minutes. So Guru Maharaj is very humbly like child asking for to mother. So Mahaprabhu became very upset because his situation was like that. Bodily situation is like that, but his enthusiasm is same like before. So this is very, very important quality which actually touches people's heart. Sometimes we may speak very nicely, but there is no spirit of giving Krishna consciousness. There is no feeling that actually people are suffering, and it is our service to help people. It is our service to give people Krishna consciousness. And we think that it's like a burden. अभी बोलना पड़ेगा, वॉइस में आ गए, अभी फॉलो अप करना पड़ेगा, अभी लोगों को इनवाइट करना पड़ेगा, टाइम चला जाएगा. So we don't have that fire. Actually, it is actually a great symptom of bhakti, that when you want to give Krishna consciousness to others, because you understood this is the most sublime knowledge. This is a great wealth. People are suffering without knowing their relationship with God. And it is our duty to give to others. So then Mahaprabhu became upset. He said, you speak, I am going. So then Guru Maharaj said, okay, I'll speak for 10 minutes. So he already traveled he was sick, and then in sickness he traveled from Calcutta to Delhi, and from Delhi, like Delhi temple, if you have seen, Delhi temple is in the hill, and wheelchair में जाना, ठीक है, इतना steps करके मंदिर जाना, कितना कष्ट होता है. इतना कष्ट करने के बाद मंदिर पहुंचे, उसके अंदर ही लोगों का हालत खराब हो जाता है, साधारण व्यक्ति का हालत खराब हो जाता है. What to speak of Guru Maharaj situation? So he said that I'll speak 10 minutes. Then he starts speaking, and then half an hour, 1 hour he spoke, and he was not feeling any tiredness. Then after the class, Guru was very happy, and he came back in the room, and then Mahaprabhu was very angry. Then Guru Maharaj, you spoke, you are not supposed to speak, and you spoke, and then you told that you will speak only 10 minutes, and you spoke 1 hour. Doctor said not to do this, and you are doing this. He was very angry. Then Guru Maharaj says very important thing. See, Guru Maharaj said that, this is, you see my health condition. In my health condition, see what I can do. I cannot eat nicely. I cannot go somewhere. Or my health situation is actually I cannot enjoy anything. One thing I can enjoy, that is preaching. Now if you take that also from me, then what is left for me? If you take away my preaching service, which actually is my enjoyment, my sense gratification, I do not have any sense gratification. And if you take that sense gratification also, then how will survive? You were shocked. What is his consciousness? You are shocked. So Then he could not say anything. Only such a great personality. In such condition, he is very eager to give Krishna consciousness to others, help people, elevate people. So that is the symptom of a Mahabhagavat. And that is the example of prana se jar se vichar. Person who have life should preach Krishna consciousness. So therefore, all of us who have good life, healthy body, and nice situation, we should not just take anxiety of our career. That is selfish life. That is called violence. Okay, definitely you should study nicely and have a good job. But we should take anxiety of Krishna. Krishna have anxiety. What is Krishna's anxiety? People are suffering in this material world. People are entangled in the cycle of birth and death. That is Krishna's anxiety. When you take some anxiety of Krishna and helping people, or some anxiety of Guru, Guru have also anxiety that people are suffering because they have taken the anxiety of Krishna. If you have taken some anxiety, then they will be very happy. Their anxiety will be relieved. Krishna's anxiety will be relieved. So this material world has been created for one purpose: to rectify the soul and taking them back to God. That is the main purpose of the creating this material world. So when we help in preaching, when you are doing preaching, you are helping Krishna to making the soul back to the spiritual world. That is the greatest service. Not just become a servant of some company, but become servant of Krishna. So therefore, along with our studies or our career, we should take some anxiety for distributing Krishna consciousness to others. And thus live a selfless life. Live a life of non-violence. So now we have our self-manager course are going on. And a self-manager course is going to start for the first years. It's like a junction period. Positive thinker is getting end and self-manager is going to start. It's very important that we keep the boys connected, or we can register more new boys. So there is always some people who are searching for spiritual life. They may not join previous course, but if you search or if you try, or if some friends are connected with you, they have some interest, you can make them register. And keep the boys, those who have some interest in spiritual life, keep the boy connected. Make your follow-up nicely. Those who are like second year, they should help the first years. At least as you should give Krishna consciousness to your juniors or your friends. So like that, whatever possible way, whatever minimum responsibilities which we have, we should try to give Krishna consciousness to others. And thus, if you, like before you pass out from this college, if you make very nice setup of Krishna consciousness here, if you make very nice, if you make some devotees here, they will continue. Keep preaching here. So thus, Krishna will be very pleased by your service, and you yourself will be very happy that I have at least done something for Krishna. बहुत ही जगत में लोग इसके लिए उसके लिए करते हैं, ना वो व्यक्ति खुश रहता है, ना जिसके लिए किया है वो खुश रहता है. लेकिन जब कृष्ण के लिए करेंगे, आप देखेंगे आप भी खुश हैं और कृष्ण भी खुश हैं. So therefore my humble request to all of you, practice Krishna consciousness nicely, do your sadhana nicely, come for morning program, don't miss the morning program, follow four regulative principles, study Srila Prabhupada books, keep your life balanced, material life and study life. And live a life of a non-violence. Live a life of a selflessness by giving Krishna consciousness to others, distributing this valuable message to others. Thus we can repay some debt. Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Lord, now Mangala Aarti.